What's up, DRUMline.net? I am here with my good friend Daniel Glass from the Royal Crown Revue and the Brian Setzer Orchestra. I'm just here checking up on my friends at Lucky Strike, and what are you up to for 2016? What kind of projects you got going on? What new DVD? This guy is just a master educator, clinician, and you always have something incredible up your sleeve. Let our viewers know.
Well, it all begins tonight. I sat in at the fabled, the Wednesday night jam here.
The Ultimate Jam Night.
The Ultimate Jam Night, which was cool. Matt Starr, you know Matt, I know Matt. Matt Starr, rock star. Anyway,
2 R's.
Yeah, out of nowhere, amidst the Extreme and the Zepp and the Foo Fighters, we did fucking Goody Two Shoes by Adam Ant.
That was pretty rad, and they threw the lefty a bone and gave you a floor tom.
That's right. I'm a lefty, so they never let me sit in at these fucking jams. However, Matt, being my friend, said, "Hey, here's a tambourine, here's some sticks, here's a floor tom. This song has going on the whole time." It was pretty awesome, actually.
It was great. It was great, and we're going to cut to some of that footage right now. And we're back with Daniel. Dude, that was pretty ripping.
That was, wow. That was amazing how you did that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a good editor on the fly.
You are, brother.
I've done this like 4 times now. The first 2 were horrific. The third one was okay. The 4th time I got a lot of tips from my friends in the industry, and somehow we figured it out.
Yes.
Okay, so you've been doing a little bit of a clinic run. You've been hitting the MI and the school circuit. Where else you going?
Yes. Well, I just got done with 9 days in Southern California. Did some shit in L.A., Palm Springs, San Diego, big loop. Going back to New York tomorrow. In New York, I'm every Monday night at Birdland Jazz Club.
You'd think in Los Angeles people have been seeing things filmed before, and they'd know not to walk behind the camera and maybe around the side of it, But
You'd think.
But they just walk through the shot because they're total hot shots.
But at least somebody walks in LA.
We're in Hollywood.
Somebody walks in LA. Which is good.
So, what else is on the horizon? No, you know what? Screw your horizon. What good movies have you seen lately? Screw your horizon.
You know what? Screw my horizon. I saw on the flight out here, I saw the new Mad Max movie. That was pretty fucking awesome.
Fury Road.
It was killer, actually.
People complain about the storyline, but I'm like, what's the deal, man? It's a guy out in the desert. He's got a bunch of freaks on a friggin'...
And you have hot chicks and a truck full of mother's milk.
Let me ask you something.
In a Mad Max?
One arm, not one arm. Charlize Theron, just still like, how's it going? Hey, lefty, want to go out?
I like that. Yeah, she was good with the devices.
And I thought
what's cool is the whole movie. It takes place in about like 6 hours.
I know it should be. It's like a half a day.
It's just fucking hauling ass from the first minute. It's awesome. Come on.
What was really trippy for me was the star. I'm forgetting his name right now.
Hardy.
Tom Hardy. He doesn't have any lines for like the first half hour, 40 minutes of the movie. I thought, what a great role, man! I could be an actor.
Well, the old Mad Max movies, he didn't talk either. Mel Gibson was
that's
like,
true.
he would just say some pithy thing out of nowhere, and then wouldn't speak for another 20 minutes.
So I want you
action, maybe.
I want you guys to know you need to go out. Let's get serious for a minute and plug your Century Project DVD. Yeah. You guys need to go out and get that because he covers 100 years of drumming. And really just tells an incredible story. I mean, seriously, and it's not my bag. And admittedly, it's not my bag, all this stuff. But like watching you do it, I love it. Like watching you tell a story of the 100 years and the amount of information that you have for all this stuff is like freaking ridiculous, man. I mean, you are truly an encyclopedia of drumming.
Some people are drug addicts. I'm an obsessive, I just want to know why. And I keep going, well, okay, so, Jimi Hendrix. Okay, well, that's cool. Well, who did he come from? And then where did they come from? And I just keep going back until there was no drum set anymore. So that's where I'm like, okay, I guess I'll start here. Yeah. When did the fucking drum set even begin? When did people start playing, oh, let's take a bass drum and a snare drum and a cymbal, three, instruments played by three separate gentlemen in a marching band, and started one person playing all three.
And I think I answered your trivia question correctly the first time when you said, what was the first popular form of popular music? And I said, marching.
Yeah, well, we should point out that Tiny was there for the shooting at Drum Channel. You came the day we did the lecture, but you also came out, super extra credit points to you. This man right here is a superstar, because he came out and brought a bunch of vintage gear and then spent the day with a small crew of us, and we
polishing and cleaning vintage gear.
We used 11 fucking killer vintage kits that span a 100-year period in the making of this thing, and we assembled all this gear. You'll see on the thing, we had a whole room full of fucking gear, and Tiny brought a bunch of cool stuff and fucking stuck around and helped clean. That is integrity right there.
It was a blast just to be part of it and get the carnauba wax out and just wax up some of those craze is a word, crazing. And some of those shells were crazing. It was great. But go out there and get the Century Project.
Yeah, but what I want to say is, he said it's not really my bag. Well, guess what? It's not really most people's bag. And it doesn't mean that you can't be informed by it and become better at what you do today, having some knowledge about where you come from. It connects you. It makes you realize you're part of something bigger, people. You're part of something bigger. I know it's hard to believe. I know that life didn't begin with fucking Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, or somebody only
John Bonham
ago. Yeah, or John Bonham, or Ringo, or Elvis, or Glenn Miller. It keeps going back, and we're part of something bigger, and it's pretty fucking cool when you learn the story and you apply it to what you do today. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, it was amazing. But thank you so much for your time, dude. We're going to go back and watch some more drumming.
Yes, we will.
Boom.
Peace.